I'm sure there's a few of you that were not expecting that. Very impressive indeed. But welcome back to SimRacing Expo 2025. My name is Luke Crane. I am one of the hosts today. Now it's time for an update from Kunos and Assetto Corsa. Specifically, we've got on stage coming up here, Assetto Corsa co-founder and Kunos executive manager, Marco Mazzaluto, love saying that name, and also Assetto Corsa Rally creative and game director, Erwin Zonker. How are we doing, chaps? You all good?
All good, all good. Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to see you again, guys. So thank you for attending this panel. We are so proud to be here today because the Assetto Corsa franchise expanded its family right today. And we are so excited to share with you and to introduce you the guys behind the Assetto Corsa Rally, represented here by Eifel Zonker as a Supernova creative and game director.
Absolutely, and also there is something very, very special at the end of this you do not want to miss, I can assure you of that. Well, let's talk about what's latest for Assetto Corsa and the franchise.
Well, actually, with the release of Evo last January, the Assetto Corsa franchise reached and got over the 20 million unique users. Thanks, guys, because these are numbers that are amazing if you think that Assetto Corsa is meant to be a realistic racing simulation. So it's intended to be for a niche of users, but it's not a niche anymore. But the point is that it's not because of the visuals, or the physics, the gameplay, the modding itself. It's a combination of all these things, but more important is thanks to a synergy, a special relationship between a developer, Kunos, and this huge sim racing community. We created a relationship based on mutual trust that helped us to do what we do. We are developers, but we are, before than that, sim racers. So, as developers, we know quite well the challenges that there are behind the creation of a racing simulation, and this year we'll learn it even more. But we are also sim racers. So we know quite well what we want to drive, what we want to play, and we never forget this. So also Assetto Corsa Rally, as well as Evo, are the answer to what people want. And with Evo, during the early access program, we are doing our very best in order to fit with the needs, the feedback that we are receiving from the community. And we are so amazed because thanks to Evo and to the new Assetto Corsa Rally, the franchise is growing at a level that we never imagined before.
I can see you're excited. We're going to get you involved now, Mr. Zonker. Assetto Corsa Rally, it's your baby. Talk us through it.
It is my baby. I'm from the whole Supernova team. Supernova was born in 2021. We are a team of veteran game developers, and we are specialized with the use of Unreal Engine, in this case a customized version of Unreal Engine 5, and racing games. We have developed many racing games through the years. We also have a strong passion for sim racing, motorsport, and of course rallying. Many of us have been attending rally events since our childhoods, you know, sleeping in tents in mountains and passing the whole weekend there outdoor. Assetto Corsa Rally was born because at Supernova we really felt like a proper racing simulator was missing. And it has been missing for decades, I would say. At the same time, we were speaking with Marco. I met Marco first time, I think, 15 years ago, something like that. And we stayed in touch since 2008, something like that. So, speaking with Marco, turns out that people kept asking Kunos for a rally sim.
A lot. It was actually one of the most asked questions. When an Assetto Corsa Rally? The answer has always been the same. A rally simulation to fit with what people want, need a dedicated team, a dedicated approach, technology, physics model, and anything else to do justice of what a simulation dedicated to rally must be. And since we were already focused on Evo, but we also recognize that rally discipline needs a specific know-how, what we did is that for the very first time in the Kunos history, we shared with Supernova, that as team created under the 505 Games umbrella, our publisher. We shared with them our physics engine, our technology, and our know-how. And they used it in a dedicated way to expand and develop it to create a proper rally simulation. So it's a technical partnership. We are so proud about the product they have created because it's gorgeous, but it's 100% done by the Supernova team. That's why, because we understand the concern of the community about, since Evo is still in progress, so we didn't split Kunos Simulazioni in two to make Evo and Rally together. We provide them all our know-how and consultancy, but Assetto Corsa Rally has been produced, designed, and created 100% by the Supernova team.
I'm just blown away. There's a Citroen Zara up there, which is from
yeah.
my youth, right? Those are the cars that were out when I was young. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Could you just talk us through the partnership between the two developers and the studios a little bit more?
Sorry, what?
Would you like to explain the partnership a little bit more?
Oh, yeah. Go on.
Yeah, so essentially, the team at work on Rally is Supernova. The game is daily developed by us, and this is not requiring time from Kunos. Where the technical partnership goes in detail is, of course, because we are keeping developing the physics engine. So we have been granted access to the Kunos physics engine that is, I would say, wow. I mean, and so we have started developing new parts that were needed to adapt the car on rally stages and rally situations. You can see the jumps, the bumps, the slippery conditions. So we must be respectful of the Kunos physics engine we're using, because we want to deliver a proper Assetto Corsa game and sim to the players. So when it's needed, we speak to Kunos. They provide feedback, they play the build. They are there to make sure that we are respecting the Assetto Corsa brand in terms of values, authenticity, realism, and the Assetto Corsa feeling that you get when you start driving. So they are there for us if we need them, but essentially on a weekly basis they are working on their games and we are working on Rally. This is more or less our partnership.
Well, as this is your baby, I'll let you talk us through the strengths of the title. I'm sure there are many.
A pleasure, of course. So the target, as I was saying, was to create a sim. This is 100% a simulator. So let's talk briefly about the physics. Some parts of it are custom built. So Kunos physics engine is the core base, and then to give some examples, the suspension is a totally new system created to replicate one-to-one the real system links and the elastic elements on the car. So how can we get cars into the sim? First of all, if we can source a car in real life, the car gets in the game. If not, we wait, because we need the car for laser scan, we need to record the audio from real cars, and also our handling designer is a mechanical engineer specialized in chassis and car dynamics. He gets there to the car, they lift the car, he starts taking measurements, we take a drive with the car, we talk with the owners and with the mechanics that take care of it. And then when we have all the full data, we can replicate the car with the physics engine. If we don't have the data, we cannot do that. This is one of the key strengths of the game. This is paired with laser scan the cars, as in the Assetto Corsa series. And one thing that we are very, very happy and excited about is that for the first time ever, in any rally game or rally sim, we are laser scanning also the roads and the stages. So this means that the accuracy level is complete, because you can drive an accurate physics model with an accurate car on the accurate road that you can find if you go there in that very same spot in real life. So I think these are the main key elements, and everything is also connected and intertwined with dynamic weather systems, a dynamic time of day. We also simulate the air temperature, and depending on that, the weather will be changing, but also the thermal model of the core of the tire will change. So when you are in the service park setting up your car, depending on what you did in the previous stages and what you would like to do in the stages that are next in your rally schedule, you're there checking the weather, checking the forecast, understanding if you will find just rain or maybe snow, how the temperature will change, because you want to understand if you want to equip the car with a soft, medium or hard compound, or maybe studs, not studs, etc. So we feel like we've reached a complexity that is very good to create a deep experience. So it's not just like, I try this car on this stage and that's it, I pass to the next one. It's really like, I must spend time with the car driving, like real drivers.
I'm being cheeky here.
It's a tough job, you know.
Yeah, it is.
It must be done.
I'm being a little bit cheeky here. This is not in the script. I'm sure many of you are here going, you know, what about the cars? You know, the cars are iconic, what they look like, you know, how they sound. Can you give us an insight to what car classes might be in the game?
Definitely. I could speak about cars for like days, so don't start with me too much. But yeah, we will get more or less all the groups that have been racing in rally stages from the 60s to nowadays. So Group 2, Group 4, Group B, Group A, WRC cars, Rally 2, Rally 4. So essentially, we want to cover the full roster because we are truly in love with rally. We got diecast models, we got books, we spent tons of hours watching footage from vintage rallying, etc. We went to rally festival, to rallies, to meet, you know, drivers, etc. It's just a passion that I don't know why. When you get it, you cannot really get out of this kind of passion.
Can't explain it either.
No, it's not. But what we're trying to do is to put all of our passion and knowledge into the sim and try to pass it also on the newer generations, because people like me and Marco started sim racing in the 90s, more or less. So we're part of that kind of generation and we're still here. But I started probably, I was 12 or something like that. Now 12 years old people were born in like 2012, 2013, something like that. They are not experiencing real motorsport as we had the opportunity to do back in the 90s. So we think that sim racing really helps in bringing new people, young people, to both sim racing and real motorsport. And rally is so fascinating. We've got so much stuff to tell people about rallying. There will also be encyclopedia parts into the game to teach people about rallying and cars and how to drive, etc. We want to pass this passion that we've got to other drivers.
Well, you've teased us enough now. Now, can you tell us when we can get our hands on this?
Very soon, in a few weeks, because the game will be available in November 13th. So first it will be an early access on Steam PC, and we are already working on consoles, because technically we are already deploying weekly builds on game consoles. But at Supernova, we believe that quality always beats quantity. So in terms of contents, assets, available builds, etc., we will take our time to do the right stuff, because we want to create something that is now here to stay. So console will arrive, but we're now focusing on PC mainly.
Forgot you were here, by the way. Sorry, we were in a little conversation about
Yeah, go on. Good way.
We're now going to head back onto AT Evo, so
Yeah.
I'll let you take it away.
Well, with the 0.3 version, we saw a very good gap for what was the 0.2 before. We improved quite a lot, performance, tire model, and so on. And the 0.4 that we are seeing now in preview will introduce an advanced, even more refinement of the tire model and the behavior on the curbs. So we are listening what the community is asking for, and we are working on some specific cars like the Porsche Cayman or the BMW M4, the spoiler, the M3 CLSS. that is one of the most iconic cars in Germany, that we love it. All these cars will be available in the 0.4 version, as well as the Nordschleife and the Nürburgring GP that are be available also here in preview at the Fanatec and other booths, so that you can play it finally, the Nordschleife. That is a first bite of what you can expect to see in the free roam in the next months. About the free roam, there are, I need to apologize because since we had to be focused on the features and the issues we had with the first release of the early access, we had to focus on what was already released and available to the public, because we want to guarantee the best possible quality. So we changed the roadmap in order to fit with the updated schedule. But the free roam is there. Of course, there are artists that never stop to work on it, but all the programming team that is responsible also for the gameplay, the interactive locations, and so on, needed to stay focused on some specific feature of the track part of Evo. So what you are seeing now is with the new graphics engine, the Nordschleife updated to the very last version, a laser scan in all its beauty, so that you can finally, even in Evo, relive the thrill of this beautiful track. We are Italian. Assetto Corsa is an Italian game, an Italian company.
You're Italian?
Yeah.
You say?
But we are just crazy for this country, and not because I'm here in Germany, but I spend in Germany most of the time I spent outside Italy. We decided to make this a free roam in the Eifel area, not just because the data, the leader data were available thanks to the German government, but because every time we come in the Eifel region, in the Nordschleife, we see that is the heaven of the motor valleys. Is a beautiful place. As soon as you go close to the Nordschleife, you start to see crazy cars, the most beautiful cars. Even people, men and women with 67, 80 years old, they drive beautiful tweaked Volkswagen Golf. Is actually something that you don't see in Italy. So we prefer far more the Germany by this point of view. And we wanted to recreate the beautiful Eifel region with the Nordschleife in the middle at the very best. So we are working night and day because we want to give you the ultimate experience. Actually, personally, in my spare time, in the little spare time I have, I spend the time with the rally and driving on the roads at the Nürburgring.
There it is.
Not the Nürburgring, the track, but the Nürburgring region. Because even with a Volkswagen Golf, a Mini, a normal car, you can have a lot of fun. So we are in the maximum respect of the most iconic details of the Nürburgring. We are recreating this beautiful place. And literally, you can drive, you will drive everywhere. You can go on-road, off-road, sorry. And you can go literally everywhere. And we are working so hard in order to give you the thrill and the beauty to drive, even not so fast, but for the real pleasure of driving on the most beautiful roads. And we are working also with the local companies because we want to recreate the spirit of this place so that you will find a lot of points of interest that maybe even if you know the region, you might not know. And if you want to have a walk in the Black Forest, you can go everywhere. This is not Skyrim. This is Assetto Corsa Evo.
I will hit every single tree. I can guarantee it. I'll be testing those trees for sure.
Well, actually, this is not just a real. This is a real poor gameplay, so that this is exactly what you will get in the free roam when it will be ready. We are working so hard, but before than that, we want to continue to improve all the other aspects of Evo, performance-wise, physics, time model, gameplay. But we are working in order to make the first part of the free roam available already next year. I read somewhere months ago that the free roam will not arrive in Evo before the 1.0 version, but it will arrive during the early access program, also because we want the community giving us the feedback. We know for sure that we'll receive a lot of comments and suggestions from the locals. Okay, you are missing this part, this part, this part, so that you can see this is a standard road and this is the North Life. So that you can imagine also that in multiplayer, some people will lay around the track and others will just park the car to see other people working in multiplayer. We are working to populate the area with the AI traffic, the NPC, the not playing character, because we want to make the place alive. So there is a lot of work to be done yet, but we are working also to create a navigation system, point of interest, so that if you've never been there, actually, you can use Evo as your yellow pages, so that the very first time you will go on the track or in the area. This is a spoiler about one car that will arrive in the franchise. Easy to recognize, but I won't tell. But this is exactly what you can expect to do in the free roam. By the way, I discovered, thanks to Evo, that there is a little lake not so far from the Adenau village. That actually is the very first place I want to visit next time I will go there. So, the beauty of the free roam is that Assetto Corsa is 100% racing and driving simulation. So for the very first time, you will be able to enjoy a realistic physics on real roads. Also in the way how we decided to reproduce the roads, we didn't make them wider just to have a different kind of gameplay. All the places, all the restaurants, all the roads, the layout, the bands are being reproduced like the real one, because we believe also that if you drive crazy on the roads, except that you will crash in any place, you couldn't get the beauty of just the pleasure of driving. So, and if you need an hotel, a restaurant in the area, you can call us and we give you some piece of advice. So, if you know the place and you know Numero 27, that is one of the most famous restaurants in the area, when we showed it to the owner, the project, he went just crazy. He offered beer to everyone. And we are so glad because also the people, the local people, they really enjoyed and engaged with the concept of Evo. This is the classic kind of things you can do if you like. Friday will be happy to see that we use the puro sangue in that way, but who cares? So, and this is not scary, this is still Assetto Corsa. If you like, because you can imagine that he's a real and blah, 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 videos and so on, my colleague Davide, with my standard laptop just behind your shoulders, is playing the game real time. So you can see that on a standard laptop with an NVIDIA 4060M, is playing the game right in front of you. With a gamepad, I'm sorry, but we can't move a steering wheel like here. So I guess you know quite well the place. I guess that we changed the time multiplayer so that from 6:30 p.m. to midnight, I guess, we can show you also the time of the day. And I would suggest to Davide to turn off the light, pressing the L button. Here we go. so that when it is going to be darker, you will see the road again. I've been even this year in June in the Eifel region, and since I trained a lot driving in the free roam, the feeling to be for the first time in some secondary roads, that it was like I lived there in the area, was unprizable, because this is absolutely great, because the place is real. Of course, many private houses and buildings are generic also for privacy reasons, but all the most characteristic areas, including the Nürburgring Castle, are there exactly in the way you want. And the incredible thing is that you can drive on the roads, and eventually, in a few seconds,
Davide's not going for a lap record.
yeah, you can enter the track and having a lap in the Nordschleife, living the thrilling of being there in a one-on-one match with the real thing. And here we go. So,
watch the cones.
watch the curbs and watch the cones. So that's it. What you have just seen is a very first bite of what you can expect early next year. We are working at the very best to give you the very same dream. I'm surprised because, you know, in a live event like this, if something can go wrong, usually it goes. No, it's already done. So for the very first time, it worked and it worked fine. So
I still have 2 more days. So.
in terms of 0.4, we'll have the Nordschleife, but not only, because for the first time in the Assetto Corsa franchise, we are very glad to introduce the beautiful racetrack of Road Atlanta, United States, as well as Alton Park, 9 cars. Also, the Sebring track will arrive soon next year. And another little surprise we have is that in the original program for the roadmap of Assetto Corsa, the 1.0 version was scheduled to have 15 officially licensed tracks. Will be 20, and others will be added because we take advantage of the delay of the release of the 1.0 version that will come next year. And we added other 5 officially licensed tracks that will be unveiled through the time. So the 100 cars have been confirmed. The Ferrari, I guess, I don't know if you have seen it already, but also the Ferrari SF25 will be part of the 0.5 version, as well as the McMurtry Spearming, the first EV car you will not complain for, because if you know the car, it's a prototype with the fans mounted under the floor, so that you can get an incredible grip with the ground, and actually is the real video game. We are working closely with McMurtry in order to reproduce the thrill of this amazing car at the very best. So we are working night and day to give you what you expect from an Assetto Corsa product, like Evo, and now like Rally. So thank you guys very much, very much.
Nothing
because,
more? No more?
No. At least not me, because I'm too old for the shit, so.
What do you think, guys? Pretty cool? Thank you so much for the exclusives here with Kunos. Thank you for the update as well. Wish you the very best of luck with the products as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Let's take a quick look at the schedule then for the rest of the day, ladies and gentlemen.